Alright Lobsters, Crypto Lobster here. Going to do a quick video on how to buy Bitcoin in Australia, aimed at beginners. So how do you purchase Bitcoin? You purchase Bitcoin through a third-party exchange. There's hundreds of these exchanges, but the one I use is called btcmarkets. I started using this exchange as it had great reviews, it's based in Australia, and has low fees compared to the other exchanges I looked at. I think each transaction costs around 0.8%, something like that. You go to the exchange and you buy your Bitcoin with your Australian dollars. One Bitcoin at the time of making this video costs around 8,000 US dollars or 11,000 Australian dollars. It's also worth mentioning that you don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. So if you want to invest 110 Aussie dollars, you will get around 0.01 Bitcoin. So first off, go to btcmarkets.net and create a new account. They will ask you for your email address and a password, so put that in, agree to the terms and conditions, click I'm not a robot, and click the sign up button. I'm not going to do this because I'm already signed up. Once you're logged in, you will need to verify your account, so click on the account up here, ID verification. Your page won't look like this because my account is already fully verified to make deposits and withdrawals, but there'll be a button saying verify account or something like that. For the exchange to transact with you legally, they have to abide by a bunch of rules, so the verification process is a little bit lengthy. From memory, you have to provide driving license details and maybe a utility bill or a bank statement which shows your address. Once your account is verified, come up here and click on account and your page will look something like this. So you can see I've verified my email address, completed my profile, verified my identity and added my mobile phone number, and highly recommend enabling two-factor authentication just to add that extra layer of security to your account. So if someone actually hacks into your email address and somehow managed to get your email address and password and all that kind of stuff, they still won't be able to get in here because you've enabled two-factor authentication. It's like a double security thing where you actually need your mobile phone, which will provide a random code every 30 seconds or so, and you have to input that when you're logging in. So I would highly recommend that for anything you're doing in crypto, really. So the next thing to do under your account section is click the button that says deposit Aussie dollars, and you scroll down and you can actually make a deposit with BPay straight from your bank account. This will normally take a couple of days for the money to be credited to your account. I prefer using poly payments. It seems much faster. It says 1 to 2 business days, but for me it's normally been around 30 minutes. I don't think it's ever been longer than a couple of hours. So if you haven't used Poly before, it essentially uses your online banking from within BTC Markets. So you will need to insert your online banking details just like you would in your online banking platform. And you can see it supports a lot of the major banks up here. So I'm actually going to make a deposit today of 2,000 Australian dollars. And I'm going to be purchasing some Bitcoin. So I'm just going to pause the video there while I insert all my banking details, and I'll be back when it's done. So that's done. You get taken back to your account page. Give it a little while for the money to come through and it will appear here. So I'm just going to pause the video until that comes through. Okay, so it's been around 45 minutes, a little bit longer than normal, but still pretty good. And you can see I've got a balance in Australian dollars of $1,996.70, $3.30 taken off for fees. So now let's buy some Bitcoin. So come up here and click buy sell, and this is the Bitcoin exchange within BTC Markets. So you can see that we are in the Bitcoin exchange. We are buying BTC with our Aussie dollars. So what we've got down here are all the sell orders and all the buy orders. So we want to buy Bitcoin. So this top one here is essentially the cheapest price that someone is willing to sell their Bitcoin for. This is the amount of Bitcoin they've got to sell, and this is its total value in Aussie dollars. We want to buy a little bit more than that, so we're going to have to... This one here looks pretty good. We want to buy 17, so you kind of have to just play around with this number until you get it to how much you want to actually buy. I'm not going to use all my dollars because I want to buy a bit of Ethereum as well after this, but I think that's pretty good. So we're going to be buying that much Bitcoin. So my computer just crashed in the middle of that sale, but it didn't matter. I got to click buy, and as you can see here, this is now my available dollars, and I've actually got this much Bitcoin now. So all you missed there was me basically clicking the buy button. So if we go back to the account page, you can see again $69.71 available, which I'm going to buy a bit of Ethereum with, and I've got 0.175 Bitcoin. Now I wouldn't leave your Bitcoin in here for too long. Move it over to your own cryptocurrency wallet as soon as you can. I've already done a video on how to do this, and I'll leave a link in the description. So if you found this video useful, then like and subscribe, and if you didn't, or you think I'm some kind of mug, then whatever mate,